Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Listen, I'm not here to waste your time. I know why you clicked on the video. You came here for infinite abilities. And look no further. I'm going to show you the one thing that you need. And it's this exotic helmet right here. As you can see, it says ionic traces you create move faster and grant you additional ability energy on top of the ability energies you already gain from ionic traces. So you're going to be gaining double. Nearby allies also gain ability energy when you collect an ionic trace. So you're helping you and you're helping your team. I know it feels great to be a team player. But let's get into the nitty gritty. What you really need for this to work is Arc Soul and Electrostatic Mind. Arc Soul, obviously, if you're Amplifier, you're going to have a sentient Arc Buddy. If everybody remembers the Getaway Artist, this is exactly what it does, but at all times because you're going to always be amplified. Electrostatic Mind, defeating targets with arc abilities or defeating jolted or blinded targets creates an ionic trace. The more ionic traces, the better. The more ionic traces, the better. It doesn't matter where you get them from. As long as you're getting kills with arc-related damage, you will be getting an ionic trace. Your grenade really doesn't matter. I run Pulse because I like the instant damage as soon as it hits the ground. Your melee ability also doesn't matter. I run Ball Lightning because it's cool. I'm going to get into the fragments now. The fragments are Spark of Resistance, so you don't die. Spark of Shock, so you create Jolt every time you throw a grenade. Spark of Discharge, so that your arc weapon that you're going to be running, hopefully, on this build, because I'm going to show you an arc weapon, has a chance to create an ionic trace on top of the ionic traces that you're already going to be getting from your abilities. You see where this is going. And then a Spark of Magnitude. Spark of Magnitude, just so your grenade lasts longer. I love it on the post grenade because it just pulses like 8 times while it's on the ground. And by the time it pulses like the 5th time, you will already have thrown 2 more grenades. It's a great time. You're always going to be jolting. Let's get back into the build. The build is just going to be, any arc weapon, preferably with Demolitionist. If you don't have Demolitionist, Wellspring. If you don't have Wellspring, the new perk that creates Jolt every time you reload your gun. The stats really don't matter outside of Discipline. The Discipline is the only thing that matters. If you can't get 10, it's not the end of the world. You can get 8 or 9 and it'll work the same way. You might lose maybe a second and you'll throw 1 less grenade, big whoop. And you might throw, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's pretty much the build, man. You run this, you run the Fallen Star, you run a Demolitionist SMG, and you run Electrostatic Mind. Even if you just don't run Arc Soul and you just want to run Electrostatic Mind, it also works the same way. Your super doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I just like Kamehameha people. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Thank you guys for coming and watching the video. Thank you for clicking.